Darren Fletcher's job at risk after Sir Jim Ratcliffe arrival at Man United. As Man United get huge boost as 3 players set to return from injury. A picture is already emerging from the Ineos camp as Sir Jim Ratcliffe prepares to take sporting control at Manchester United, and it will make for an uncomfortable few months ahead for some at Old Trafford. Ratcliffe and his advisor Sir Dave Brailsford, who had huge success in the cycling world, are understood to want detail about how some transfers and contracts were negotiated as they try to unravel why and how huge money has been wasted on players in the last few years. It's believed deals for Anthony, Casemiro, Jadon Sancho, Fred, Donny van de Beek and striker Odion Igalo will be under investigation by Brailsford, who is believed to be starting an audit on the football operations. Also, in their sights are answers as to why Phil Jones, Edinson Cavani and Paul Pogba were given contract extensions. The thinking is that United cannot move forward with a new transfer strategy until past mistakes have been identified and understood. Ratcliffe's overhaul of United's structure and practices has Old Trafford's recruitment operation in his sights, with former Juventus and PSG business brain Jean-Claude Blanc tipped as the new chief executive to succeed Richard Arnold. After a decade of erratic transfer dealings, poor buys and few big hits, Director of Football John Murdoch is being tipped to leave his post before next season. Darren Fletcher's role could be at risk, and until Ratcliffe's plans become totally clear, that could mean respected former United star Darren Fletcher may also be in the firing line, with some believing the 39-year-old may be being damaged by association with Murdoch. Former Scottish international Fletcher, a 5-time Premier League champion during his days at United, is currently the club's technical director with responsibility for organizing United's loan program for academy stars. That facet of the business will be looked at, but for now it's low down on Ratcliffe's list of priorities if, as is believed, he takes overall control of United's football operations. But plenty of critics believe United's recruitment department is so far behind those at other clubs. Ratcliffe may be advised to make wholesale changes, potentially leaving popular Fletcher at risk. Names like former Southampton and Tottenham director of football Paul Mitchell, Crystal Palace's Dougie Freedman, Atletico Madrid's Andrea Berta, Atalanta's Lee Conjerton, and even former AC Milan legend Paolo Maldini have been mentioned as potential candidates. It's a big appointment with long-term ramifications for United after years of transfer market failings and dubious contract decisions. And given Ratcliffe's annoyance at past mistakes in the transfer market, it's one he must get right to maintain credibility. In other news, an element of intrigue promises to surround Erik ten Hag's starting lineup when Manchester United resumed their Premier League campaign against Everton at Goodison Park on Sunday afternoon. United, who will resume their campaign chasing a 3rd successive Premier League win, are set to be without a series of big-name stars for the trip to Merseyside. Christian Eriksen, who was scheduled to be away with the Denmarks, he has joined the likes of Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro as definite absentees for the clash with Sean Dyche's side. The aforementioned duo, who both joined United in the summer of 2022, could be sidelined until the other side of Christmas. Ten Hag is also facing an anxious wait on a series of other members of his squad, meaning it is hard to predict just how his starting lineup at Goodison Park could look. With that said, Men's Sport has had a look at the latest on the United injury front with a detailed roundup. Andre Onana. The Cameroonian Football Federation announced on Sunday that Onana will play no part in Cameroon's World Cup qualifier against Libya on Tuesday because of an unspecified injury. He was forced off in the latter stages of Friday's 3-0 win over Mauritius. This concern means United may be forced into handing fellow summer signing Altay Bayindir his debut at Goodison Park, though reports elsewhere have played down the severity of Onana's concern. Ten Hag will almost certainly provide clarity later this week. Luke Shaw. Sidelined since late August with a muscular problem, Shaw has been sorely missed at left back, both defensively and offensively. Ten Hag, following the conclusion of last month's international break, admitted he did not expect him to feature before the beginning of this current pause, which, of course, he did not. The Dutchman said, with Shaw, "I don't expect him back in this block of games." Ten Hag is almost certain to give an update on him ahead of the trip to Everton later this week. Possible return date, November 26th. Casemiro, like Martinez, is highly unlikely to play again this year because of a hamstring problem he sustained in United's 3-0 defeat to Newcastle United in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup on November 1st. United initially said that he would be out for several weeks. Ten Hag, speaking a week later, admitted he did not expect the Brazilian back before Christmas. Possible return date, January 2024, Rasmus Højlund. Like fellow countryman Eriksson, Højlund was also forced to pull out of the Denmark squad for this international hiatus. He was also forced off against Luton with a muscle strain. United confirmed the striker, who joined the club from Atalanta in the summer, could return before the end of November. United face both Everton and Galatasaray before the end of this month. Possible return date, November 26th. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.